Hello and welcome to episode 593 of the Connected Podcast from Relay. This show is brought to you by Fitbod and Squarespace. It is my honor, as Mike Hurley, to introduce the defending keynote chairman, Federico Batici. Ciao, Federico.
Ciao, Mike. How are you?
I'm very good. I'm excited to see today if you retain or lose your title.
We'll see. We're also joined by our annual chairman, Mr. Stephen Hackett. Hello, fellow chairman.
Hello, fellow chairman and Mike.
I'm excited today to see, Stephen, if you lose your chairmanship.
That's not how the annual chairmanship works.
I don't know. We'll find out. Who knows?
Yeah. It's been a very busy week. We have lots of things to talk about. But before we talk about those things, we have other things to talk about.
That's how podcasts work.
Sure. That's really how everything works.
You really are a professional. It's incredible.
I really am. And what I want to start with is new Relay merch.
That's like all professional podcasters. Buy the merch. Buy the merch, baby.
New merch. So we have launched what we are calling the Retro Relay Collection. Mike, this was your brainchild. So why don't you tell people what came to you in the shower?
It actually was a shower thought. One of my favorite pieces of merch that we've ever done is it's still available now. It's called Garamond, and it is the relay. It is the word relay set in the style of that really old Apple merch. Like Apple did like an entire catalog of merchandise. I'm assuming sometime in the 90s, and they just sold a bunch of stuff. And one of the things that has remained, I think, in popular culture is this it's like a sweatshirt and it says Apple and it's in the 6 colors. And we did that as part of a merch line a long time ago.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, we should do versions of this for other like historic tech logos. So we worked with our designer JD and we now have a whole range of merchandise. Stephen, you described it as what if there was an alternate timeline where Relay dominated the early decades of computing.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess this is some kind of like mega corporation where we have like 5 sub-brands. So I'll say that we have a Yahoo, Microsoft, Intel, IBM, and AOL versions of our logo. Those are words that we do not say anywhere on the websites. It is just, these are parody. It cannot be sued. TM. Leave me alone. These shirts are incredible. I love them. I bought all of them. Oh, and we have a pack of stickers too.
Yes.
Those are in. So the t-shirts are on demand. You can just go buy them now and they'll be printed and shipped to you. Thanks to our friends at Cotton Bureau. The sticker pack is an in-stock limited set. So they will sell out. So go check it out if you're interested. But I can't wait to put these stickers all over my computer and wear these. And I said to you, and I did it, I texted Adina and said to her, you need to pick a Yahoo. Just pick a color because I'm buying you a Yahoo t-shirt because you will not leave Yahoo Mail. I think I told this story on this show.
You did. I think you meant the Portal shirt is what you meant.
Sorry. A Portal shirt. Yes,
shirt.
Yes, a Portal shirt.
Portal.
That's the name I don't understand. The rest of them I get. I don't get the reference.
Yahoo was a web portal.
Okay.
Remember portals.
Okay. Yeah, you should have called it Pipes. It's too late now.
Yeah, the stickers are awesome. I've got a set here and they look great. If you order some stickers, my family hand packed them. So because I refuse not to do my own packing for merch. Apparently, I didn't learn my lesson through 3 Kickstarters.
This was a conversation that we had before Stephen even ordered these stickers, where I said, "Don't do that," and he said, "No, I'm going to do that," and so he did that.
I did do that. I'll also say the remaining stock of Relay 10 coins is as cheap as the Cotton Bureau system would let me make them. So
we have some of those
left.
Overordered those coins.
Someone did. It's impossible to know who.
We're all trying to find the guy who did this.
Who did this? So please knock out our remaining inventory of that. But yeah, super proud of these. A huge shout out to JD, our designer, who worked on these for us. He did a great job and great idea, Mike. As soon as you said it, like the vision was complete in our heads. We're like, yes, this is what we need to do.
And hopefully these sell well because I would like to do more of them.
Yes, we had other companies in mind. We didn't do all of them. And we want to do more merch stuff moving forward. So please go buy them so we don't lose a bunch of money. Okay. From merch to follow-up. This is all about the flexies.
Okay, as all good follow-up should be.
We had some other follow-up, but I was like, this week we need... Some of this has been hanging out.
Yeah.
So many people, I mean that literally, not the way that some of our leaders say many people have written in over the last few months asking if we would sometimes use our flexi titles in the introduction. And I would love to know what y'all think about that.
No. The outro.
The outro. Okay.
It should go in the outro.
There is a website that I think people know about. We use it. It's called Connected Intro. Like whose intro is it this week?
Yep.
It's at connectedintro.com. I have two requests. The people who make this website are listening right now.
For the people who make this website for free, Stephen has a list
for free.
Of
One, please align the episode numbers. We're off by one somehow.
Okay. You don't need to call them out on the show.
I've asked them multiple times. And every week I load this website and I think, oh my gosh, I've broken our episode count somehow.
There are so many ways for you to know the accurate episode number. You know.
I'm saying it gives me like a little heartbeat of anxiety title every time I see that. Secondly, it would be sick if this website would then include the flexi titles that rotate in the same way.
Yeah.
So,
well, why would they need to? So you're going to rotate who's first in the outro?
Well,
you don't just want to do it in the order in which you leave it in the document?
So what I generally do. So here's a little secret. People have probably picked up on this pattern. Generally, what I do is the order of the intro, which rotates, is the order in which I write our names if our names are all in the episode descriptions. So
no
it's
one's
like
noticed this. I didn't know you.
So
said
it's like
wow.
It's like
why
Mike.
do you do that?
Mike orders a shirt, comma.
Wow.
Federico eats a banana, comma.
This is law.
Stephen complains about AI. Right? That would be
no
the
one
episode
knew
description.
that. I guarantee you, nobody knew that.
I try. It doesn't always happen, but I try to also do the outros in that order. But it's not always.
Right.
That doesn't always work out.
I feel like the outros should go in the reverse order of the intro.
So that seems like something a website could do for us.
In theory, a website could do that if these people wanted to do that. You know, they don't have to.
Yeah, and maybe if the people who do this website would want to do those updates, I can hook them up with some merch.
There you go. That's it.
So that'll be the trade. We'll
pay for website with t-shirts.
Thank you, our lovely moderators who help us with all these tools. Secondly, Dexter wrote in, I'm wondering when the last time the donation amount for the Flexies was updated. Surely with inflation over the last few years, the effective donation value has gone down in tandem.
So I did some work today on this.
Okay.
We first started the $25 charity donation in 2020. I think the previous year at WWDC, and I think maybe for one other event, the prize was we'll buy drinks, but nobody ever bought drinks.
Right.
Then there was a pandemic. So the drinks tab that was racking up was never going to be used at that point. So we started saying we'd donate money to charity. So I went to the US Inflation Calculator website, and I typed in 2020. If I purchased an item for $25 in 2026, that value would be $31, which is unbelievable. That's a lot. So I would like to make a suggestion that for the next game, because we don't change the rules currently, we set $30 as the amount. That's my recommendation.
Okay.
Yeah, that works.
This is really good. I like this follow-up. This is very good follow-up.
Yeah. That works for me. I'm just making a note in the Flexi document to fix that in the future.
Very good.
If the page would load. Oh, come on, Notion. Like, what are you doing? Sometimes when I open a Notion link in Notion, it tries to open it in Chrome, and I honestly don't understand why.
That's very strange.
It's not great. I can tell you that much. I think it's because I have multiple Notion accounts signed in. It like freaks out.
That's probably the reason. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I've forced Notion upon the CrossForward team. Not everyone's happy with that.
Who do you think?
I won't say who.
One person in particular.
One, yes. One.
Yeah, but the thing is that one person doesn't have to update it, you know?
Yeah, I
They're
don't-
just like
I don't think he ever
have
looks
to
at
do
it. Okay. So we've solved that. That'll be, you said $30?
Yeah, $30.
Okay. Update to $30 next time. I'm making it red, so remember to do it.
That's good.
That's how the system works. The Rickies is a game connected hosts play before Apple keynotes and the beginning of a new year, trying to predict future events. It's made up of 3 rounds. Each host makes 2 regular picks followed by a risky pick. Today we are playing the Keynote Rickies. The Keynote Rickies winner is named the Keynote Chairman. This position is held until the next keynote. Hosts should be introduced at the top of each episode according to their titles. In the event that a host has both positions, they shall be known as the Ricky Benchmen. That could happen to me today. After the Rickies, the host then play a game called the Flexies. These 2 games are separate but related. Please stand for the reading of the rules. Each host gets to make 2 regular picks. Host can be granted a bonus regular pick for any previously incorrect that has now come true from the last 3 corresponding games. A previously incorrect pick may be only used once. Correct regular picks are awarded 1 point. The language used for regular picks must be finalized and agreed upon during recording, and no partial points may be awarded. Risky picks have a more complex scoring system. Each host must make a pick with 3 supporting details. 3 correct details, you earn 2 points. 2 correct details, you earn 1 point. 1 detail correct, you earn 0 points. And if you get all your details wrong, you will lose a point. Points are only awarded based on details, not the overall pick. Picks must have been approved as risky by the other 2 hosts before the start of the game. Picks made for the Keynote Rickies cannot be reused by the host who made them for the next keynote. The scoring window starts when the live stream begins and closes when the picks are scored, which is now. Any information used in scoring must be publicly verifiable at the time of recording. All hosts are allowed to reuse picks previously made by others. Scoring is completed during recording and cannot be modified once an episode is complete. In the event of a tie, Dice by PCalc must be used in relay mode to pick a winner. In the case of a 3-way tie, hosts all make their calls at the same time, with flipping continuing until the winner is named. Jason Snell had a previous lifetime ban on flipping any coins. However, after graduation from Coin Flip University in 2024, he can now flip a coin, albeit under direct supervision. The order of the picks is set by previous performance. The winner of the previous associated game goes first. The previous loser goes last. Winners will be recognized during the closing ceremonies. You may be seated.
Needed some fresh air there in the middle.
Yeah, I was trying to read it faster and faster, and it gets difficult. All right, round 1. Federico, you got to go first.
Round 1. A new Mac laptop is announced in multiple colors.
Ding.
Yeah. Called MacBook Neo.
Neo.
Gross. Gross.
Why?
What?
The name. I hate the name.
Why?
I don't like it. I just don't like it. Don't like it. Here's my thing. Why didn't they call it MacBook Nano? Why is it Neo?
Nano.
It's not
What
small
is it?
enough for Nano.
Neo because it's
Yeah,
it's new. It means new.
But boys, it means nothing, right? Like
No,
that doesn't,
it
we know
means
we
new.
know names mean nothing. Neo means nothing, right? It
no,
doesn't
it
mean
means
anything.
new. It means
It's like
new.
Air means nothing. It's just the name of that laptop. It doesn't mean anything.
I think it's a great name to signify something that is new. That's
And
But
I
what
think-
about when it's not new?
Well, there is that. So I I've been on a journey with the name. I wrote yesterday that I don't love it, but I don't hate it. But also, again, the name will just become the name, right?
I've already started to get used to it. Like at first, when it leaked, I was like, there's absolutely no chance. You know this. I was blowing up our text thread for like 2 days saying there's absolutely
were.
no way they call it Neo. because I didn't like it, and I was convinced it was a code name because I couldn't imagine a world in which they would call this computer the MacBook Neo.
Yeah.
But yet here we are. They have done that.
So
but I'm already getting used to it.
I think they went with a name for a couple of reasons. And they said this on the Vergecast today, which if you haven't listened to is fantastic. As Mike pointed out to me before I listened, there's a major crash out over the 17E, and it's just beautiful.
It's brilliant.
But if they call it MacBook, then this machine kind of becomes the default in people's mind. And this machine should not be the default in people's mind. Apple wants that to be the MacBook Air. And I think the MacBook Air still is the right answer for most people. But it is, so there's that angle. You can't call it just MacBook if that's how Apple's thinking about this. But Neo means new, like it's a new computer. But also, like if you go through the marketing stuff for this computer, Apple is hitting so hard all the continuity stuff, which of course every Mac does, right? You could buy a Mac Pro and it has continuity features. But Apple, I think, is really trying to sell this to people who this is their first Mac in a way that we haven't seen a push like that in a long time from Apple. And so Neo being your first Mac, like the entry Mac for most people, I think the name makes a lot of sense in that regard. And again, it will fade away and we'll just call it the Neo and we won't think twice about it in 2 weeks. But multiple colors. It's fun.
Yeah.
This is a great little computer. Like, it's a great little computer. It has a bunch of weirdness. Stephen did a great article breaking down all the many ways it is different from the MacBook Air. But this is a great little computer. I think I would have liked more colors, but I like that they did colors.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just a fun little thing.
Can we rank the colors real quick?
Absolutely.
So we have 4 colors. We have silver.
Yeah.
We have indigo. We have blush.
Mm-hmm.
And we have citrus.
Yeah, I really don't like the yellow. It's not the kind of yellow that I like personally, which is why I went for the boring silver one, just because it had a white keyboard that I really liked.
Yeah.
I don't like that tone of yellow personally.
It's quite a polarizing
It
color
is.
choice, the citrus.
Yeah, because it's kind of greenish. It's kind of like an acid color, so to speak.
I spoke to somebody who was at the event, and they said it was like a tennis ball, but with like less saturation.
Yeah.
It's the one. I mean, we'll get to this, I guess. It's the one I ordered because I'm going to review it, and I think doing the review in like the flagship color is fun. But I don't know if I'd want to live with that color laptop forever.
No.
I actually agree with Jason in the Discord. I would have much preferred a school bus yellow, or you know what's a good yellow? The Panic Playdate yellow.
That is
now,
a
that's
good yellow.
yellow.
Or the iMac yellow.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I have one.
You know what the best yellow is?
What?
Cosmic orange.
Okay.
It's right there, Apple.
Sure. I don't
It's right
think
here
that
on my
that's-
phone.
I don't think that you really nailed the brief there, but I don't
I'm not a
disagree with you
designer.
that that's a great color. But the yellow iMac is a great color. But anyway, this is funky and fresh, right? Like I think is what they're trying to go for here. Like it definitely stands out. Ranking them is hard. I kind of like the yellow, but I feel like I think the best color. See, I can't decide. Do either of you I feel like you have a ranking that you would be able to just state?
Yes. White, pink, indigo, yellow.
That's pretty good.
I do think indigo's the bottom. I think it's basically, it looks like a midnight blue, just like a little bit lighter.
Yeah.
I think for me, it's probably silver, citrus, blush, and then indigo. But I think out in the world, the blush is going to do very well. Like,
the blush is probably going to be the top seller.
I think it will be. I mean, just thinking about like, I can think about my own daughter, right? She's got a couple years before college. She has my Touch Bar M1 MacBook Pro.
Yeah.
But like, if I were buying her a computer, and I just gave her that because it was around when I upgraded. But like, if I buy her a machine for college and like these were still the colors, like I think that's the one she would pick. And I think a lot of people are going to pick it. And I think it looks really nice. Like it's a great pink. And so I think it will do very well what I really want out of the colors is for Apple to turn them over every year. Like, these colors should be fashionable colors the way they do watch bands and phone cases.
Sure.
And so what I want in a year from now, whenever they update this thing, you got to keep the silver, right? I think that's good. I agree with Federico. The white keyboard looks really sharp on that.
Yeah.
But the other three should change.
They should change. I agree with you. Especially if, right, look, this computer is, as you say, it's people's first Mac. It's clearly a Mac which is intended with education in mind. It is hilariously cheap, $499 of an education discount, which is just unbelievable for a new Mac, right? Like a new Mac laptop at $499. It's wild. Have they ever done that before, Stephen? Like that price point for a Mac?
I mean, like the Mac Mini that started life really cheap.
A laptop, I mean.
Yeah,
I should have said.
No, I don't. And especially if you count inflation, then absolutely not. Yeah,
this is the cheapest laptop they've ever made, but it's not a cheap, quote unquote, like cheap feeling looking laptop is my assumption, at least looking, seeing what they've done, what's going on here. So if they're, if the idea is it's for that, well, new kids go to school every year, right?
For
so
sure.
yes, I agree with you. Refresh the colors. Like you need to keep refreshing the colors, especially if you're going to do an update. You put a new chip in it every year or two or whatever. You got to get those colors changed over.
I think it's criminal they don't do that on the iPads, and I think it's really a mistake on this if these colors stick around for years.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned that you bought one.
I did.
I would like to read something from an article that you wrote.
No, we don't have to do that.
You said, for the last several years, my only Mac has been a 14-inch MacBook Pro used with an external display at my desk. If I want to work elsewhere, I can eject a couple of drives, grab my laptop, and be on my way. It's great. However, there are times when I need a Mac, but do not want my expensive MacBook Pro with all of my work data on it. I often just want to do some browsing downstairs after work or take a laptop to a meeting at church or at one of my kids' school. A couple of years ago, is that how you said it? Kids' school?
Kids' schools? I struggled with that sentence, actually.
I feel like that needs to go in the Stephen Hackett style guide.
Yeah.
Kids' schools, I would say.
Probably.
Kids it's like iPads Air. Anyway, a couple of years ago, I bought an entry-level M3 MacBook Air for running and taking screenshots of beta versions of macOS during the summer. Over the last 6 months or so, it's also become the laptop I use outside of work. I ordered a Citrus model with the 512GB SSD to slot in this space in my life, and I can't wait to get my hands on it. So, you, Mr. I have one laptop everywhere.
Yeah.
This is the best life. Now you have 2 laptops.
I mean, not until next
now
Wednesday.
3 laptops?
Technically.
Yeah.
I guess I do now.
You said you have an M3 MacBook Air that you're using.
Yeah, it's downstairs in my bag. Yeah.
You're going to... So this is my prediction here. Steven, you're going to buy a desktop Mac this year.
I mean, I'm not buying anything this year.
I think you will.
I have an
They're
M4
going to update
Max.
the Mac Studio, and then you're going to update.
I checked every box on my current MacBook Pro. I can't
You'll check
afford
every
another
box
computer
on the Mac Studio
anytime soon.
We'll see. You just bought another one, so...
Yeah, but there are plenty of times where I do need all my work stuff with me, but there are also plenty of times where I don't, and so we'll see. I don't think I will. I know there's an episode I'm not supposed to know about, and I don't know what was said on it, but I just feel like you're baiting me into something that I don't love.
It's possible, actually. But I'm not baiting you. You're doing it to yourself. Like, this is all you, buddy. This has got nothing to do with me.
Maybe.
You're the one who's buying multiple computers and using them all.
It doesn't
I'm not doing that.
Seem like me.
I'm not doing that.
But yeah, just fascinating computer all the way around.
I don't think this is the end of talking about that.
No, there's more to say. But Mike, you're up next.
Yeah, John Ternus is quoted in every press release about new products.
Nope.
No, he wasn't.
Only the cool ones.
Upsetting. That's upsetting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't that upsetting, do you think? I think it's a real shame. Or actually, I think it is like a maverick position to be wrong in round 1.
Do you?
We told you it was going to be risky.
Well, sometimes you got to live your life.
You said you went with the vibes. I remember.
Yes, this is the issue with vibe picking, right?
Yeah, vibe picking.
Sometimes you're going to be wrong. Only sometimes you're going to be wrong, though. Not all the time.
Did you hallucinate this pick? Is that what you're saying?
It's possible, right? How could we ever know?
I think it was a good. I think your instinct was good.
Thank you.
But like the iPads and stuff, they had those. The iPad and the iPhone, they had those marketing people talking about those, right? Which also makes a lot of sense. John Ternus was deployed tactically, I think, this week, and he was on stage in New York, right, talking about these things, and he is quoted in some of the press releases, but it was tough because the first press release came out, and the first thing I did was hit Command F and search Ternus, and he wasn't in there. I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, buddy."
It's pretty upsetting. At least I didn't have any hope that I was going to get this pick right. It's not like it was just one of them. No,
it was squashed early.
Away.
Which is
That's
good.
what I mean. There was no hope. It was just quickly gotten out of there, and it was nice and taken care of. Easy peasy.
Yeah. My third pick, I get correct. The iPhone 17e was announced. This seems like a great update to the 16e. It solves, I think, the biggest issue people had, which was no MagSafe. And again, comes in a great pink, so it's 3 colors now, and they kept the price the same. So I think it's a great deal. It's still got the notch, which I actually unrelated to the 17e, I pulled an iPhone with a notch off the shelf or something the other day. And it does feel old to me, the way that for a while the home button felt old. But if you've never had a phone without it, then I think it'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, I think that this phone is a bit of a winner, honestly. Right? MagSafe, C1X modem, A19 chip, and it comes in pink.
Yeah,
pretty great.
I think this is a great update to the E line. I think again, I think that pink phone. They'll sell a lot of those. I think people will buy that phone instead of an 18 because of its color.
Yeah. I've said this before. I mean, one of my kids has a 16E, but I've also got other family members with them, and they all really like it. And I think a lot of that has to do with the price. And for the price, you get a great camera. You don't get multiple lenses, and that's a deal breaker for some people. But this phone doesn't really cut any corners that matter all that much to a lot of people. I think that's
and it also looks. This phone looks really good.
It does.
I think it doesn't have a plateau, right? Like just the camera lens. I think that is a really nice, unique look. It's a good looking phone, and it's got most of what, as you say, most people will need. I think a lot of the things that it doesn't have are things that a lot of people won't notice. Oh, and they also doubled the starting storage, didn't they? To
They did.
256 in what was the first of Apple just flexing on the rest of the computer industry this week.
Yeah. yeah. We're going to get to some more memory stuff in a minute.
Yeah.
But yeah. So the end of round 1, Federico has a point. I have a point. Mike does not have a point.
This is a record-breaking run from me.
Yeah.
This is record breaking. Has anybody ever not scored a point in round 1? You know what I mean?
Probably
I think
not.
that's actually really impressive.
This is what you get with the vibe picking, man. I'm sorry.
This is a new thing. This is a new thing for me.
You're a thought leader.
See where it goes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. I'm an innovator.
Round 2. I said very simple. See, this is what you get when you don't go with the vibes, but you go with strategy, like a grown-up. The new iPhone 17e supports MagSafe. Boom, that's it. That's a point. In fact, it's the best upgrade of this compared to the 16e.
Yeah.
Quick and easy, in and out, that's it. Yeah.
All right, quick and easy. The MacBook has a screen smaller than 13 inches. Quick and easy. Now, this one was based on Mark Gurman. Gurman wouldn't shut up about this.
Yeah.
And then look where it landed me.
Because he was saying 12.9 for a long time.
He was just saying smaller than 13, I think. And then we all just assumed 12.9. But yeah, he's been saying this for ages, that it would be smaller than 13 inches.
Yeah.
And I guess it's one of the interesting things about the Neo is it's not smaller than anything, right? It's about the size and about the weight. I think it's the exact weight as the 13 Air.
Yeah. So it's a 13-inch screen. The MacBook Air actually has a 13.6-inch screen, but Apple rounds down in the marketing to 13 inches, I think, to give it space between that and the 14-inch MacBook Pro. But weight-wise, the Neo and the 13-inch Air are both 2.7 pounds, so exactly the same weight. The Neo is half an inch thick, where the MacBook Air is slightly less at 0.44 inches. And then the Neo is a little bit smaller width and depth-wise because of that smaller screen. But they were very, very close. This is not in terms of how it feels in your bag or how it's on your desk. This is not the 12-inch MacBook. This is not the old, 11.6-inch MacBook Air.
Yeah.
It's very much in the same class as the 13-inch Air. And I know there are people who want a smaller computer. My wife is one of them. Like, she had an 11.6-inch MacBook Air that she loved. She had a 12-inch MacBook that she tolerated. And now she's on a 13-inch MacBook Air, an M4 in sky blue. And she would, like, if this computer had a 12-inch screen, like, she would want to kind of upgrade to it at some point. But that's not what they did. And I actually think it's okay. I think this computer is going to, again, students, consumers, those sorts of users, I think, see a smaller screen as a penalty, not as an upside. And so I think Apple's sort of splitting the middle there a little bit, and are willing to let people who want a tiny laptop again kind of still not have that.
Yeah. If you really want a small computer, the iPad, it's just there for you.
Yeah, it's small in terms of screen size and capability.
Yeah. Small.
Yeah.
Small.
It also comes with a small operating system, so there's that.
Yeah, little bite-sized OS.
Yeah. So that's a miss for you. I also have a miss. I said the base iPad is updated and supports Apple Intelligence.
Wow, look at this trend chaser.
Yeah,
you know?
what's going on with this iPad?
It's unbelievable, really, that they haven't got this guy out there. But I guess they just didn't. Maybe they forgot about it. Maybe they just forgot. Ternus is like, oh no, I forgot my quote, and they couldn't release the press release.
It's really surprising to me that this thing is still hanging out there. But, this is also something that they could do basically at any time. And so, and I don't know. I mean, what's a little bit weird about the entry-level iPad in particular, if you are a school and you're buying these like in bulk, like, we're already actually past the time of year, or like towards the end of the time of the year where people buy them. Like, you put your orders in the spring for you get them over the summer and have them out in the fall. So I don't know. At some point, though, I think it's got to happen. I mean, it's kind of wild that it doesn't support Apple Intelligence, for what it's worth. This episode of Connected is brought to you by Fitbod. When you want to change your fitness level, it can be hard to know where to start. That's why I'm pleased to let you know that Fitbod is an easy and affordable way to build a fitness plan that's just for you. Everyone's fitness path is different, which is why Fitbod uses actual data to make sure they're customizing things exactly to suit you. Adapting as you improve, so each workout will be challenging, pushing you to make the progress you want. Superior results are achieved when a workout program is tailored to your unique body, experience, environment, and goals, which are all stored in your Fitbod gym profile. Fitbod tracks your muscle recovery so you can avoid burnout and keep up your momentum. And it builds your best possible workout by combining AI with exercise science. They've analyzed billions of data points that have been fine-tuned by certified personal trainers. And you can be sure you're learning the new movements the right way thanks to more than 1,000 demonstration videos. Muscles improve when working in concert with the entire system, so overworking some muscles while underworking others can negatively impact your results. That's why Fitbod tracks muscle fatigue and recovery to design a well-balanced workout routine. You're never going to get bored as the app mixes up your workouts with new exercises, rep schemes, supersets, and circuits. And all of this is easy to use. Fitbod works with your Apple Watch, wear a smartwatch, and apps like Strava, Fitbit, and Apple Health. It has a lot of great features, like you can see these progress tracking charts, weekly reports, and you can share your progress with friends and family. I do love how easy this app is. Take something as simple as you're traveling. And so maybe you don't have the equipment you have at your normal gym or in your home gym. You can go into Fitbod and just tell it what you have available to you. Hotel gyms sometimes can be a little sparse, or maybe you're just doing a body weight workout. You can easily adjust those things in Fitbod and it will remix your workout for you. Personalized training of this quality can be expensive, but Fitbod is just $15.99 a month or $95.99 a year. But you can get 25% off your membership by signing up at fitbod.me/connected. So go now and get your customized fitness plan at Fitbod, Fitbod, fitbod.me/connected for 25% off. My thanks to Fitbod for their support of Connected and all of Relay. Okay, so the end of round 2, the score is Federico has 2 points, I have 1 point, and Mike has 1 point.
Still all to play for.
A lot. To
everything
play for.
can change with the Riskies.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now, very few times in our history of playing this game,
Here we go. I
was brave enough to, some people will call it courage, actually.
Yeah.
Wow.
What you're saying, just to recap that, very few times you've had courage is what you're saying?
Very few times people on this audio program had displayed this kind of courage and conviction.
Can I just say, John Ternus is quoted in every press release. I think that's
That was
great.
a thirst pick, though, really.
To use a single random Chinese rumor and use it as the foundation of a risky pick that is mostly wrong, but not entirely.
Wow.
But not
incredible.
entirely.
Wow. what a roundabout way to say I didn't do a good job.
That's like those really specific world records.
Yeah.
I didn't do a good job, but I also didn't do a terrible job. And see, that is the difference between a chairman and a person.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and just a regular guy introduced on a podcast like me.
I said the new M5 Max chip in the MacBook Pro comes with the new architecture that, number 1, better separates CPU and GPU inside the chip.
Yes.
Number 2, allows Apple to advertise higher sustained performance and better heat dissipation. And number 3, allows for more than 2 configuration options for the M5 Max. Now, we know that the 3 is not correct. Number 3 is not correct. You can still configure 2 configurations for the M5 Max. But boy, is the architecture new. So, Apple is putting their own marketing spin on what is effectively what we mentioned last week, the chiplet design architecture. Little chippy. They are, in fact, fusing. That's what they call. They have their fusion architecture that has 2 separate dies for the CPU and the GPU, and they're fused together in the system on a chip for the M5 Pro and Max. And with that also came the renaming of what is it? The performance cores are now the super.
Wait, no.
Man,
efficiency
names.
cores are now performance cores. Performance
Efficiency is
cores
not-
are now super cores.
Except
Efficiency-
in the base M5 MacBook Air, those are still efficiency cores for some reason.
Efficiency
Well, because I
is now
guess they're lower,
performance.
right?
Yeah.
I don't think it's just a branding thing. My expectation is they are actually efficiency cores.
Efficiency is now
Yeah.
performance.
Super cores,
Okay.
man.
Yeah, super cores. So yes, the condition number 1 is correct. Better separates.
How many names do they need for things now?
So
you know?
many.
The
So
super
many.
cores in the Max chip, and then the super cores in the Ultra chip, and the performance cores in the like it just goes
It's
on
also
and on and
it's
on.
also even better with the Fusion name. They have the Fusion camera. They have the Fusion architecture for
Fusion
this, but
Drive.
they also
Yep.
but
used to
they
have
also
Fusion
have the
Drive.
Fusion Drive, and they also have Ultra Fusion for the M3 Ultra.
There was a chip called the Fusion too, right?
Yeah, they love
One
that
of the
word.
processors.
They
I
sure
think.
love Fusion.
Yeah, like the
Yeah.
A14 Fusion or something.
Yeah.
Do you think Apple loves Fusion more than Bionic as
Yes.
as an English word?
Yeah, I mean, because they've
probably.
only used Bionic and chip names, right?
Yeah,
Fusion is like all over the
Fusion-
place. They're
Fusion is
fusing
so
everything
flexible.
to everything.
Fusion
Yeah.
is so flexible.
Mhm.
Anyway, they are. It's not just better separated. They are separate. The
Right.
the 2 dies are separate and fused together. What?
Better separate in that it wasn't separate before, but now it is. Therefore,
Now it
the
is.
separation is better.
Yeah. Now,
Yeah.
number 2, I'm surprised that Apple didn't call it out. And I've been searching for, obviously, in the press releases, but also I've been looking for interviews. They, as far as I've been able to see as of today, I haven't seen an interview that says, by the way, this architecture also yields better performance, better sustained performance, and better heat dissipation. So
Yeah.
that is technically wrong, even though, I'm waiting for the benchmarks. I think it'll be, posthumously correct, but not today. So with that, since I have 1 correct and 2 wrong, if I'm not mistaken, Stephen, I lose 0 points.
You lose 0 points. Yeah, you break even.
Yeah.
I just went to 9 to 5 Mac to see if there was any more interviews today, right, to help you out.
Yeah.
And there isn't. But there I just thought there was something funny that John Ternus did an interview with ABC News, and they asked him about being CEO, and he said, "Well, the good news is I love the job I have. I get to work with the most amazing people in the world, and on days like today, when we've announced all these products, it's the best place to be." What? Like, do you think they wrote that on the back of his hand or what? Where was that written down?
Yeah.
Just like Jaws is just like hiding in the rafters like Batman watching it.
Please put this man out of his misery. Make him CEO.
Just please.
Jesus.
Please release him. Let him in all the press releases is what I'm saying.
Yeah. You could say, let him be cook.
Oh, it's so good and so bad. Incredible. All right. My pick is there is a new studio display. It's correct. Let's move on.
Nope.
You read your last
All right.
3.
At least one model features a mini LED display with a 90 hertz refresh rate.
The Upgrade podcast got this wrong.
Yeah.
No.
It's 120.
No. Because, it wasn't our thing. We didn't create it.
That's what
Someone
Mac
wrote
Rumor
in.
said.
But they weren't referring to an upgraded studio display. That I still think that there is a panel that will at some point go into a low, like the base studio display that has a 90 hertz refresh rate. Because they were also talking about it being in like the iPad. Like it becomes like they go from 60 to 90 as the base panel for everything.
Yeah.
But who knows? I just want to say, so mini LED, that was obviously correct in the Studio Display XDR. Because there is a studio display now called the Studio Display XDR, so there is a studio display with a mini LED display. Also, boys, have you heard of adaptive sync?
Yeah, we have,
Yeah.
and it doesn't
So
matter.
that means that this display does have a 90 hertz refresh rate when that is what they want to display. So technically,
It's also a 78 hertz display then at that point.
yeah, exactly,
Like,
and
that
all
doesn't
of them
mean
in
anything.
between. Stephen, thank you for agreeing with me.
I know.
That it is, in fact, all of those, and none of them, depending on what you need. So mini LED display with a 90 hertz refresh rate in some situations is correct.
No.
Apple
No.
will create a new name to describe this panel. This has been marked as red in our document, and it should be marked green because the panel in the new studio display is called the 5K Retina XDR. That is not a name they use on anything else.
Is that the name? Are you
That
sure?
is the name. It's called the 5K Retina XDR display.
I don't believe you.
I am clutching points from the Jaws defeat here. That
Displays.
is true.
I do
Yeah,
not believe
an
you.
advanced 27-inch 5K Retina XDR display.
Okay,
He did it.
we'll
He did
give
it,
you
everyone.
that.
He grabbed a point. Although I still say that it does
We'll give
actually
you
have a
that.
90 hertz refresh rate. It does have that. Like we can.
No.
all-
When you go
no.
to the
can
tech
only
specs page of this
Yeah.
computer, it doesn't say 90 hertz. It says 120.
But
Yeah.
it says adaptive sync though, right? And if you look
It doesn't
up what
matter.
adaptive
It doesn't
sync
matter.
is,
If
it's
you
like
sell a car that goes to 200 miles an hour, you can
Yeah.
also say yes, but it also goes to 100 to
exactly
to-
because
to,
the car
to
doesn't go at
120.
200 miles an hour at
No.
all times.
Mike.
Say, sir, is this a 90 mile an hour car? I'd be like, no. Finally, the old Studio Display and Pro Display XDR are still available. They really aren't.
Well,
They
if you think
really are
about
not.
it, in the context of human history and consciousness, they are available.
Yeah.
They
in
are
our,
av-
in
I
our
mean,
brains.
the thing for me is, I feel like the old Studio Display is still available. Just
No,
putting a camera in it, but the Pro Display, that thing is gone.
Yeah.
It is so it is so funny to me that they replaced the display and that the stand, you just get the stand, and it's half the price.
Here's the thing about that. That's
Yeah.
such a lazy joke because the
I'm not
stand
making a
always
joke.
came with this enclosure. Like,
No, I'm not making a joke.
but people
I
have
think-
been. Like,
Well,
oh,
but-
who's
okay.
the display?
I just think it's a funny thing that happened, as opposed to like, here's my original joke. Like that they have replaced the Pro Display, right, with the Studio Display XDR,
They have.
and they have undone so many of the bad decisions of that display.
It's not that bad of a display. The
bad decisions. The display is fine, but they made a lot of bad decisions. They bet on a technology too quickly.
They did.
Right?
It's
Because
ahead of its time for sure.
that panel was made like out of date very fast. Like
It
they
was.
were like the MacBook Pro display was significantly better than this display.
Yeah, like
Like
3 years later.
And I think even the iPad got a better display. Yeah, the OLED iPad that came out had a, like maybe a year or two later had a better display than the Pro Display XDR from a technical specs perspective.
Yeah.
It's just obviously smaller.
And it's fascinating comparing the Studio Display XDR to the Pro Display XDR. Like the Pro Display XDR, it's brighter, it's got more dimming zones, but it is 5K at 27 inches. And
Yep.
people who want something bigger, like the Pro Display XDR, is 32 inches at 6K. Apple now no longer has something in that range, and I just don't know, is that a like a bandwidth limitation because pushing 120 hertz at 6K is too much for Thunderbolt 5? I actually don't know. But what this makes me excited for, and like just stick with me here, is this this Studio Display XDR showing up in a big iMac at some point. Like a 5K iMac with this display in it would be awesome.
They won't have that display in it. They'll just make a bigger version of this display.
Maybe.
Because
I don't know, but it's cool. It's cool that it's cheaper than the Pro Display XDR was, and you've got options now. So, Mike, I think you made a purchase here.
Yeah, this is a real monkey paw situation for me because I've wanted a new studio display for a long time because I have the display that I'm looking at right now in my little recording area at my studio is an LG display, and I want to replace it with a studio display. So I wanted to get a new studio display so my old studio display could move into here. But what I wanted was just a better panel. I wanted it to be better. Well, they offer that now, but it's $3,000, and so I bought one. I have bought one, and so I got
the XDR version.
Yeah, I bought the XDR. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So the funny thing is, for the foreseeable future, I will have a 120 hertz display that I can only run at 60 hertz because I have an M2 MacBook Air.
Yeah.
So at least it'll be mini LED. It will look really nice. And then at some point this year, I will be buying a touchscreen MacBook Pro, and then we'll get all of the benefits of the Studio Display XDR. But this is like, that Studio Display, I'll be using it for 10 years probably. Like, these things, they don't age out. I mean, in the sense of the display that I'm using now, my Studio Display is the same display from my iMac Pro that I got in 2017 or whatever. Like, it's essentially the same display. So these things just will run for a long time. So yeah, I will have a panel, and I will have it now, and then I'll get a benefit later on when it actually runs at 120 hertz. I can't wait. It's going to be awesome.
I mean, it'll be like an upgrade, right? Like at some point, it's like, oh, my current display gets better.
It'd be really good. I mean, I did a thing here, which I did when I bought my Mac Mini, where like I was looking at financing, but I couldn't be bothered to go through all the financing stuff that like it just felt like a lot of aggravation. And so I kind of lent myself the money from the money I save for taxes, and then I'll just pay it all off like in a monthly installment plan before the tax bill comes next year.
What could go wrong?
Hey, nothing.
Nothing.
I can afford the monthly payment. I could just buy it all outright, but I just don't want to because it's so expensive.
It is expensive.
So it will feel better if I'm kind of paying it off in monthly installments to myself.
Yeah. So how much is the Pro Display XDR? $32.99?
Something like that. In the UK, it's £3,000.
Yeah. So it does come. That does come with the better tilt and height adjustable stand.
Well, it comes with the one from the Studio Display.
Well, the studio, but it was optional on the base Studio Display.
That's what I got. So with this, I forget that there was just the tilt stand.
Yeah.
Because for my Studio Display, I got the upgraded stand.
Same. Did I need to talk about the thing?
Well, I mean, I think that it's honestly ridiculous that you are keeping secrets from everyone, if I'm being honest.
I disclosed it in a footnote in a blog post.
Yeah, but does anyone read footnotes?
No. Although I think Federico and I would both say we do our best work in our footnotes. Like,
we're a footnote guys.
But we're big into.
They got things for footnotes.
Sure, say it, Steven. Yes.
They got a footnote fetish.
Several months ago, I bought a used Pro Display XDR.
Unbelievable. The purchases this man makes, you could never
I
keep
paid
track of them.
less than you just paid for your Studio Display XDR.
Well, yeah, because it's a worse panel.
But it's just bigger.
So,
which is what I wanted.
I don't need that. If I had bigger on my desk, it would be too big. Like I wouldn't. It's like, how big a screen do you need?
Maybe.
So
Anyways.
just state for the
I disclosed
record,
it.
today we have disclosed that you bought an M3 MacBook Air that you've been using as your downstairs computer, and you have a Pro Display XDR for some reason.
It's on the upstairs desk. Yeah.
What did you replace? One?
A Studio Display.
You remember when you used 2 Studio Displays?
I did. My brother has the second one, yeah.
I mean, you had all those audio issues, right? You had to buy speakers or something?
I used loopback to tie the speakers in both Studio Displays together.
How did that
which,
go?
boys, it sounded incredible.
So loud.
It was very loud.
So loud.
Anyways, so Mike, you did get, you break even. You got one. Good job.
Wait, did I get one or did I get none?
Yeah.
You broke even. You got one of your things correct. Which
so I got
points.
0. So I'm still sitting at 0.
Yes.
Which I think that's a win for me today, if I'm being honest. That's a win for me.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
So here I fell into the situation with our current rules that your top pick can be correct, but you get all of the details wrong, so you lose a point.
Yeah.
So my overall pick was there's a new entry-level Mac laptop powered by an A-series chip. It's the A18 Pro. Jason wrote this thing last summer about how that stacks up with the M1. This machine for single-core tasks is going to be very good. There's a lot of people running around saying, like, oh, it's not powerful enough. Like, yes, it is for basically anybody. Would I want to edit 8K footage on this thing? Absolutely not. But most people just do single core stuff all day long, so it's fine. And if that's why it's limited to 8 gigabytes of memory, because the A18 Pro had 8 gigs. Now, if and when it goes to the A19 Pro, it will go to 12 gigabytes of unified memory. So, I'm very curious how often they will update this machine. But if if it gets the A19 Pro, say in a year or in a year and a half or something, then the memory will go up. Anyways, point 1, Apple calls it the MacBook, but mentions or shows the original colorful iBooks.
Yeah, no.
Wrong on both fronts. And we already talked about the name earlier. Yeah. Number 2, it has MagSafe and 2 USB-C, not Thunderbolt ports.
I'm sorry, but it doesn't have MagSafe.
It does not have
I'm
MagSafe.
really disappointed that it doesn't have MagSafe, honestly.
Me too. And I don't know, like, I assume that's one of the cost things, right? To keep this machine as simple and as cost effective as possible, they did not put MagSafe in it. That is a bummer. The no Thunderbolt thing, that was expected, right? Because it's the mobile processor. The A18 Pro doesn't support Thunderbolt. It is a little weird that one of the ports is USB 3 and the other is USB 2. But again, that's a trade-off they made for the system on a chip. That chip does not have enough bandwidth for 2 USB-C 3.0 ports. And internally, usually the camera, the keyboard, the trackpad, things like that, are USB devices, like internally. And so that bandwidth is getting split up.
I have a question.
Please.
That, like, I feel silly asking this question, really. But why does this computer have an A18 Pro in it? Like, what is the benefit of that? Like,
price.
Why isn't it an M2?
I think it's
like,
price.
Are they that much cheaper then?
Well, and the A18 Pro uses much more modern cores than the M2 does. And so I think there's also, like, always in the back of your mind with this stuff, you have to think what makes sense from a production TSMC standpoint.
Yeah, they probably have. Yeah, actually, I realize it. It's
And-
just the price, like the volume
Yes.
that they have, because this is a bin chip as well, right?
It's also
Like,
binned from what was in the iPhone. It's got one fewer
This
GPU
is
cores.
just like the trash.
No, I mean-
right? Like these wouldn't have been
Wow.
used. Like these are just like, hey, we got all these things sitting over here. Let's put them
Hey.
in a laptop. Hey.
They've probably been stockpiling these chips for a year,
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah, yeah. Okay.
So,
Yeah.
that's great. It's better than them having to recycle those chips or do something else with them. So, number 3, the base SKU has 8 gigabytes of RAM, is not available in all colors, and starts at $699.
Hmm.
So, I mean, they're all wrong.
Yeah. So the base SKU does have 8 gigabytes.
It does.
Colors are in all of them. It
Yes.
doesn't start at $699, but there is 2 SKUs, and one of them has Touch ID. That's fascinating to me.
Yeah.
That Touch ID is on
So
2
it's
SKUs.
It's 256 gigabytes of storage, no Touch ID, or 512 gigabytes of storage with Touch ID, $599 and $699. Education price is $100 off each.
Mhm.
I could see Touch ID being something that is in both SKUs in the future. I mean, I don't know how much that costs to put in there, but $100 is covering that and the upgraded storage, and so I think that gives us a ballpark of what it may be.
Yeah.
But and
The
again,
list-
think about the buyers. Like if you're a school and you're buying a bunch of these, or you're just getting your kid like the cheapest laptop to do homework on, is the lack of Touch ID a big deal in that use case? I mean, probably not.
Hmm.
So
I would love to, if you're okay, just to very quickly, I want to just list the differences from your article.
okay,
It's a very good article.
Thank you.
And I'll be referring to this for a long time. So, 8 gigabytes of RAM, no MagSafe. One of the 2 USB-C ports is USB 2.0, no Thunderbolt. External display support is limited to 4K at 60 hertz, so it wouldn't work with the new displays.
it will. So we learned this morning it will work with the studio displays, but
Oh.
only at 4K 60.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Thank you.
I updated that this morning.
16 hours of battery life. Doesn't have P3 wide color. No true tone. No ambient light sensor. No center stage on the camera. No notch on the camera. Oh, like, on the menu bar
Yeah.
or whatever. It's just hidden. Doesn't have dynamic head tracking for spatial audio. There's a 2 mic system instead of a 3. The headphone jack doesn't support high impedance headphones. No keyboard backlighting. The trackpad isn't a haptic trackpad. It's like a hinged trackpad.
It's the previous generation of trackpad where the whole thing clicks.
The whole thing
but
moves,
it
yeah.
actually clicks. It
Like
doesn't
click
have the
clicks.
magnets and stuff in it, and you
Yeah.
can't force touch for like a dictionary definition or something.
Wi-Fi 6E, no fast charging, and a matte Apple logo. For me, the one that blows my mind the most is the trackpad. That is like wild to me that they went back to like a physically moving trackpad. But it is unbelievable. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this phrase, and I don't even know where I know it from. The decontenting that happened here to get this product at this price.
Decontenting.
Yeah, they took so much away, like so much away.
Yeah.
I think the thing that I would love an answer to, but I guess I don't know if we'd ever get it. What was the reason they made this? Like, what was the original reason for making this computer to which they were happy to get rid of all of these features from the MacBook Air? And like, it may have just been, we want to make a computer as cheap as we can. But then my question is like, but why? You know what I mean? Like, I would just like to know, like, what was the thing written on a whiteboard where they were like, we want to make a computer that doesn't have all of this stuff? But some of it has been around for so long. Like, no True Tone display?
Yeah. I think they want to take on the Chromebooks and the cheap PCs of the world in a
But
new way.
why now, though? Like, this has been a thing people have been asking Apple to do for like 10 years.
No,
That's kind of what
now
I'm
it's
not
better
complaining,
than
but it's like,
never.
but that might be that might be the reason. I'm just like fascinated of like what changed that now they were like, we're going to make this computer now. Like, now is the time to make it.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it was. I mean, we'll never know. But maybe it's like, oh, these A series chips are more than powerful enough to drive a Mac.
Right.
What would that look like? and then they decontented it to get this price, basically half of what the MacBook Air is.
Yeah.
And that list, to somebody like us, listeners of tech podcasts, look at that list and think, well, my word, who would want that? But maybe like the backlit keyboard is what jumps out at me, and maybe fast charging, just because like if you're using this all day in class, charging it quickly may be nice. But 16 hours is still lots of battery
16
life.
hours is fine. You just charge it overnight.
I don't think a lot of people are going to care about most of those.
Oh, for sure. The one that I'm seeing people talk about all the time is the USB 2.0. I don't care about that. I don't. What am I doing? Like, I'm not like transferring stuff around a lot. Like,
no,
even me as a professional, like I'm not moving things by cable. The only time I ever care about the speed of my USB port is when I'm doing the initial setup of my Mac.
Yeah. How long does it take to?
Like, I just don't. It's not something that I care about. Like, and I have like time machine drives, external drives, and stuff, but I'm not dealing with files that are so massive that it's going to cause a huge problem for me.
No.
So like, there's like, I could probably, I'm sure I could work with this computer very well. Actually, like if it was my laptop, it would. If I didn't have a MacBook Air, I would consider one of these because it would probably do most of what I need.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not a computer that I see. This isn't for me, right? I think you two have both bought one.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Federico, you bought one too?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
mostly because I'm curious.
I'm curious as well, but I have nothing to do afterwards. Like, Adina does not want this computer. Like, and I said, I don't. This is not actually the computer for you. Like, it isn't wedge shaped, which she's heartbroken about. But also, just like the M1 MacBook Air is for her a better computer than this would be. I think for the time being, she will eventually move to whatever the MacBook Air is at the time. I think that's just going to have to be where she goes. Because I think that, there are people that have a MacBook Air would be making a downgrade here. And it's like, are you going to notice that or care about that? I don't know. Like, we'll see. But yeah, it's just interesting to me of like they made a decision to make it. And as you say, Stephen, it may have just been the iPhone chip can power a Mac now. What does that look like? And yeah, maybe the difference is, when they tried to do things before, the chips were just not powerful enough when they wanted to go on the lower end.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, it's the most interesting new Mac we've had in a long time, and that's part of the reason. Like, whether this fits where my MacBook Air is or not, I don't know. But as someone who is into this stuff, and it is also my job. Like, I ordered one because like I want to spend time with it. I want to review it. Like, I want to put it through its paces, and not from a power user perspective. Like, I was actually thinking about my, working on a review. I was thinking about it last night. I was like, do I edit a podcast on it? And I don't know, because I think it could do it just fine. The encoding would be slower than, something more powerful, but I think editing would be totally fine on this thing, the way that I edit in Logic. But I also, like, people going to do that? Like, I don't know. But it's super fascinating. And like Federico said, the curiosity of this, like, is at an all-time high for me. It seems very cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So we should total up our scores in the regular game. Federico has 2 points.
Yeah.
I have 1 point, and Mike has 0 points.
Wait,
no, you don't have.
No,
1
you
point.
don't. You have 0 points too. Come down to my level.
No.
Oh yeah, because I missed all of my.
Yeah, you have 0.
Yeah. Come
so
on.
we have to flip.
Come
a coin.
down to my level.
Sorry. So we have
This
to
is
flip
a win
coin
for
for
me.
the loser.
So
I'm not lost.
So I am once again your keynote chairman.
Yes, we're all super happy about that. But if you think about it, really, I didn't lose. I mean, isn't that incredible?
Well, we have to flip a coin to find out.
Nah. I wouldn't worry about stuff like that.
Get dice out. Come on.
I wouldn't worry about stuff like that. It's fine. I'm actually just going to flip a... Can I just flip a coin? Oh, no, you need to hear it, don't you?
Yeah.
Because I was not ready for this. I was just happy to take my non-losing. All right. Heads or tails, Steven?
Tails. Heads.
Sick. Didn't lose. Didn't
Wow.
lose.
Congratulations.
Man did not lose. I came second, and I got round 1 wrong. Imagine such a thing.
Well, my time is coming.
Is it?
I think it is.
Why?
We got the Flexies.
Oh, I was getting ready to finish. Got like a whole other thing to do.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Well, this will be quick, I think.
This episode of Connected is brought to you by our friends at Squarespace. Squarespace is the best place to build a website because everything is designed to work together. That's what they mean by saying an all-in-one website platform. That's the reason that I choose it over and over for building or updating projects. Squarespace is so well thought through. So think about a typical project. You may start with something simple, like an about page, maybe a gallery with some photos of your products, but maybe you're not ready to sell online yet. Well, when you are, you can go into Squarespace and enable the online selling feature. You can deal with invoices and track revenue, all right there with Squarespace. It has a bunch of integrations with other systems that could be useful as well. It can grow with you. And that's one thing that I love about Squarespace, that just because what you start with, you're not stuck with it forever. I think that's pretty great. And maybe you're not really a designer, you don't really know where to start. Where Squarespace's Blueprint AI can come in and you give it some information about your industry and your goals, and then it takes that, it combines them with Squarespace's professionally designed templates, and you get something beautiful, no experience required. And you can make sure people are seeing that website with their integrated SEO tools. SEO is complicated and mysterious to me, but Squarespace makes it easy. They have optimized every website to be indexed with meta descriptions and an auto-generated sitemap, and you can really see in their charts how people are finding your website. So go to squarespace.com/connected for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/connected with the offer code connected to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain name. That's squarespace.com/connected and the code connected to get 10% off your first purchase. My thanks to Squarespace for their support of the show and all of Relay. The Flexies is a game held after each edition of the Rickies. It consists of a series of additional picks in relation to the upcoming Apple event or year. Scoring is completed separately from the main game, but like the Rickies, the order of picks is set by the previous game's results, and ties will be broken using dice by pCalc. Please lie down as the rules are read. Host must make a minimum of 5 Flexi picks. Each correct pick is awarded with 1 point. Wrong picks do not remove any points, and no partial points may be awarded. The winner is determined by comparing the percentage of correct Flexis made by each host. The winner can use their chosen title as long as they are the winner. Federico shall be named Prince Flexi and is known as King Flexi when having won both the keynote and annual games. Mike has chosen Duke of Flexington and uses the name Archduke Flexington when applicable. I am the Attorney General Flexi and I use the title Secretary of Deflex when necessary. Loser of the Flexis must compensate the winner by donating to a charity of the winner's choice. The amount of the donation today is $25 per wrong Flexi made by the loser, but next time it'll be $30, as we discussed earlier. The money must be donated on air. If someone holds all 4 titles, they are allowed to choose their own nickname. Current keynote Flexi winner is me, and the current annual Flexi winner is Federico. You may be seated.
Oh, Stephen, you screwed up so bad.
I know. I could have taken it all.
Done it all.
I could have taken it all, but
You could have called yourself John Ternus or something.
I could. Let me just read you a perfect set of Flexis. There is a silver MacBook. There's a blue MacBook. There's a yellow MacBook. There's a pink MacBook. There is not an orange MacBook.
It's
Perfect
incredible.
run.
Yeah, it is incredible.
100% ratio.
Yeah, it is really fantastic.
One for the ages.
It's unreal. I mean, I opened the
Especially
document.
It's every color too. It's not like there was one you missed.
Yeah,
you know?
it is a glory that I will never reach again.
Yeah.
So that is
Yep.
5 for 5.
5
That
for
is
5.
100%.
But you know what's also somewhat impressive?
Mhm.
4 out of 5.
It is.
Number 1, the new low-cost MacBook comes with the slightly more expensive cellular option. Damn it, John! Why did I listen to you with this one?
I
can't
told you
believe
he was-
listened
I
to
told you
him.
he was
Why did
off.
you do that? He was high on
But-
that one.
But, fear not. Number 2, the new low-cost MacBook cannot charge as quickly as a MacBook Pro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 20
For sure.
watts.
Number 3, John Ternus is photographed in person at one of the media events. Guy was on stage.
Yeah,
It
he did a
was.
little presentation.
Yeah.
There was a little presentation everywhere,
Yes.
which was
yes.
and the presentation was just like, here's the video. They showed the little video, which is a really good video.
Yeah. Yeah,
that-
really
that
nice
they
video.
made, and then they were just like, go look at it,
Yeah.
and they just unleashed people
Yeah.
into the hands-on area.
Number 4, Tim Cook is not photographed in person at any of the media events. Yeah, Tim Cook is somewhere, but not at the media events. And
Where
number
in the world
5,
is Timothy Cook.
the new MacBook will not support Wi-Fi 7. And it does not.
It's
4
not.
out of 5.
It's pretty good, man. Pretty good.
Pretty good. Do you know what's also really good?
No.
Do you know what's also really
Nope.
good?
Mm-mm.
That I am proud of this first one. RAM prices do not change on the MacBook Pro.
Yeah.
Sure.
That was going out there. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty
I
good.
feel like
That's pretty
I
good.
feel like I could have massaged that out a little more and made it a risky pick, but I
Yeah.
didn't do that, and I'm very disappointed in myself. M5 Pro and M5 Max come to the MacBook Pro.
Yeah.
Nothing changes for the Mac Pro. So far, 100% correct. It's going great.
It is.
Yeah. Then
Number
things take a turn.
Number 4, there is a video released to the public on Wednesday. Now, like videos,
No.
No.
That's not what you
I'm-
meant.
public, like there's YouTube. Are
Yeah.
you familiar with it?
Yeah. What
Yeah.
was weird is that because we had friends there, right? And so and news on social media was like coming out before it was on Apple's website. It was like a mini. It wasn't a keynote.
was
It was an
great.
experience just for the
Yeah.
people there. It was very. I don't really like how this went, and I hope they don't do it this way again.
Mm-hmm.
But
little
they
bit
don't
weird.
care about you,
I know. I don't get an invite.
right? No, but it's not that. Like they didn't. All they cared about was the people that were there, and then in 15 minutes you could go buy it, and it succeeded.
I guess
Like
so.
this just wasn't. It nothing really happened. Like it felt like something was happening, but all they did, they were just shown a video that we ended up seeing like 5 minutes later.
Mm-hmm.
That video was on YouTube. I would say that was in the public. You know, listeners can make their own decision. Number 5, Apple's press release touts Apple Intelligence features coming to the iPad. They talk about writing tools and show a screenshot from Image Playgrounds.
No.
There was no iPad.
That did not happen. An image of a Formula One car finds its way into a press release or video.
No.
Oh, wait, hang on a minute.
No,
Hang
I
on a
looked
minute.
yesterday.
No,
didn't
but
see one.
today. They published a press release today.
Okay, sure.
Yes.
Get this one. Get this one.
Yes. Whew.
Oh, is Apple doing something with F1?
They are, yeah. He got in there. Whew, just under the wire. That literally was published like 20 minutes before we recorded today or something. Excellent. Apple mentions their 50th anniversary being this year.
No. So
Wait, let
what's
me just do a quick
one
Google.
more?
Apple 50. John Ternus. Did he say it? He might have said it.
Mm-mm.
You know, today he could have said it.
4 out of 7.
Cannot be found. There's that
It's
can't
four-
be found.
So what's the ratio for 4 out of 7?
57.1%.
That's a good.
57.
That's a good ratio.
You're above.
0.1.
You're above the middle point.
Yeah, you
Or as it
are-
currently says in our document, 57.157.1%.
I'm bad at pasting. There
So
we go.
that's great. No, I'll take that.
5,700%.
5,700%. They're like super good.
Yeah.
Mike, I'm
You know,
sorry.
look. Hey,
you
look.
You gotta pay up.
Hey, look. It wasn't that bad. And at
Mm.
least Stephen only picked
Could have
5
been-
picks.
Could have been worse. Could have
You
been
know,
worse.
so it's not that much money in the
Yeah.
grand scheme of things.
So you have to pay for how many picks? How does it work? I read it, but I don't
3
remember it.
3 wrong ones?
3 wrong ones.
Wait, what?
Um,
How does
yeah.
this work? How does this work?
You pay for the wrong ones, right?
Do I? Okay.
Yeah.
So was that $75?
The amount of the donation is $25 per wrong flexi made by the loser. So that's 3. So, Mike, you're going to pay $75 to the ACLU of Kansas. There's some terrible things happening in Kansas with trans rights and other things, and
Mm.
the ACLU is suing them over it. So go chip in.
I'm chipping. It takes
you.
a minute.
Yeah, no, I know.
It's a big form. They want
is.
all of my information.
Yeah, no,
which I don't know
they're
if
you're
is
never gonna
necessary.
not get email from them.
I don't know. I don't know if I am unfortunately going to untick the box to sign up for emails. So sorry,
No,
ACLU.
that's
You can
that's
just
fair.
Take my money and be happy with it.
No, that's fair. Well, yeah, that does it for this week's event, the experiences, this week's grading. Any closing thoughts on this week? Like we talked about the iPads, we talked about some other stuff, but anything else?
I'm tired.
It's been
Me
a bit
too.
of an overwhelming week.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
So that's kind of all. It's like I don't know. I don't really feel like I've got my head around all of it yet, especially the M5 chips. I find chip press releases to be like the worst thing. That stuff just does not get in my head. Product stuff is way easier for me to get my head around. I've made the donation, by the way.
Thank you.
It is I can forward it to you if you would like proof of such a thing. But
I mean, if you're gonna lie about this, and like that's between you and your maker
and your conscience, you know.
Yeah, that one. Can you
if you have one?
It's like, oh yeah, I made a donation. Yeah, so it's been hard, I think, to kind of get my head around because there's been so many things, and if this was all released on one day, it would have been easier because I would have just like not thought about the stuff that I didn't care about. But because it was happening day by day, it's like every day I felt like I had to like lock in and understand what was happening. But yeah, the MacBook Neo is fun though. I'm excited. I'm excited for reviews of that. I'm excited to hear what people think of it, and then to see how like users like it too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think. I mean, my gut says it's gonna be quite successful, and it will cannibalize some of the MacBook Air sales, but I think Apple is betting that overall this will be additive to overall Mac sales, and I think they're probably right.
I wonder if they sell less iPads.
Maybe. I mean, people want Apple Intelligence, man. Can't do that on an iPad.
True.
All right. Well, thank you for listening. Links to everything we spoke about and the scorecards, everything are on the web at relay.fm/connected/593. They're also in your podcast player right there in the show notes. A couple other links, connectedfeedback.com. You can leave us a note. You can leave us a haiku. You can leave us a riddle, whatever you want to do there. Drop us a line. You can also join and get Connected Pro. Connected Pro is the longer ad-free version of the show each and every week. We spoke about the iPad updates or lack of updates, and we talked about a new Pokemon game and what the MacBook Neo says about the iPad and iPad OS. It was a good conversation up there. So go check that out. You can find all of us online. We're very online this week, it feels like. You can find Mike at theenthusiast.net and a bunch of other shows here at Relay. You can find Federico's writing at macstories.net and his shows over at MacStories. And you can find my writing at 512pixels.net. I'd like to thank our sponsors this week, Fitbod and Squarespace. And until next time, say goodbye.
Arrivederci.
Cheerio.
Bye, y'all.